What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to another episode. I hope everyone's doing fantastic. Here we are getting ready to fire this thing up. I finally got our injectors. I'm currently splicing them in. Here we have the old injectors. These ones are 2150s. We're gonna be using those whenever we put our turbo in. These ones are 1000 cc's. I went again with Fuel Injector Clinic. I have had really good experience with them before, so why not do it again? So on that note, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and splice the last two plugs that we have for the injectors, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. And we're back. I finally got them all done. It felt like it took me forever, but I was really taking my time and making sure I got it right and it will last. So we're ready to put the fuel rail with the injectors. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and install the injectors. I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit of grease on our O-ring. So here we have it, our K-Tune fuel rail with our fuel injector clinic, aka Bosch 1000. So now we're gonna go ahead and put some grease on the other O-ring, and after we're gonna install it. This is the first time trying them and see if they fit. Let's see. I think that's gonna be as deep as they're gonna go. Here we are, guys. We're all plugged up. I think at this point, I'm just going around making sure everything is plugged up, good to go. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill it with some fluid and we'll go from there. So here we are. We encountered some problems. I started to fill the engine with coolant and it started to piss a little from the thermostat housing. So I went ahead and took the radiator out to have better access. I think we have some room to upgrade our fans. I'm thinking on getting a bigger, slimmer fan. Maybe a 9-inch. This looks like they're about an 8-inch. I was not getting consistent control over the fans with the ECU, so I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity right now to go ahead and upgrade them and just wire them directly to the ECU. Not just the coolant leak, but as soon as I started priming the power steering system, the high pressure line decided to explode too, and we got a big old leak. So here we are, just working through the bugs to get the car started. So while you guys blinked, I went ahead and put the axles on, got everything all torqued up, so we are good to go. So another piece that I went ahead and replaced was our VSS sensor. I kept cleaning the plug, kept looking in it, and kept finding oil. So I guess they can go bad and start sipping oil through the sensor into the connector. So the mail just came in again and dropped in the high pressure hose that we're going to be utilizing for our power steering system. So here's our new high pressure hose installed. I ran it completely. All I got left is I gotta bleed the power steering system one more time, and let's cross our fingers it's not gonna explode again. So here we have our oil units. I think at this point they are a little old and crusty, and also they were being very unreliable. They were turning on, sometimes they will turn on, sometimes they will turn off at odd temperatures, and I think it was time for an upgrade. So in preparation for the K20 starting and being able to drive, I want to have a solid cooling system. So I went ahead, and before I start having overheating issues, I went ahead and upgraded the fans. So on that note, here I present you our new fans. Here you guys can see the difference between the fans. I don't even know what brand this is. It came with the car. Here we can see what brand they are, and this one is about 8 inches, I think, and here we have a 10-inch fan. So it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to fit them in this small area. Let's see how that works. So now I'm gonna get working on how to modify the brackets that were on the radiator in order to accommodate our new fans. So here we are. It's been a couple days. I went back and forth a couple times, measuring the brackets and kind of modifying them, but the fans that I got were bigger than the crappy ones that came in the car, so I had to adjust fire. Definitely couldn't use those aluminum brackets for them, so I just bolted them directly to the radiator. They're only bolted on 2 sides. They don't really lined up perfectly because they are bigger than the actual radiator too. Not by much, but I was able to throw them in there. They seem pretty sturdy. I consolidated the wires, threw in a Deutsch connector, and we are ready on this part to go back in the engine. So now what I got left to do with the fans, I got a wire harness. I'm gonna throw in another Deutsch connectors on it. I got some relays, and we're gonna go ahead and throw some new wiring in for our fans. I'm gonna completely disregard and bypass the stock wiring. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen the IC7 install, but I was having a lot of wiring issues. Of course, self-induced, but here I got some parts to try to fix the wiring issues that I was having and all sorts of electrical problems, just because I plugged in an input in the wrong spot. So if you haven't seen the install of the IC7, just go ahead and check that out. I'm still working on it, you know, making all the systems come together, but we're getting close, guys. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode here. We only got a couple items to plug in. The wiring is what especially takes a long time. I wanna get it right, get the crimps all how they're supposed to go, so we don't have any connection problems, any loose wires, none of that stuff. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this episode here. So with that in mind, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope everyone have a fantastic time. If you got something out of it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.